Hello everybody and welcome into the Fallout Shelter. I hope you're having a great day. This caught me totally off guard. I was trying to set up a stream and YouTube once again has changed the way everything it works and the way it does. So I'm still in the process of getting my water and everything ready. Cat's in my lap and I just wasn't quite ready. So welcome in Victoria and Paris. Good to see you. Much love to you guys. I hope y'all are having a great afternoon. I didn't have much chance to do anything, so I'm going to take just a second and maybe share this out before I get started, get my water and all that good stuff. Was not prepared for this. Kind of a, wow, I did not expect that. Totally different than any other time. I didn't get a chance to click the go live button. It just went. So, here we go. We'll get started here in just 1 second. If y'all will give me just 1 second. Hey there, Stephen LaFleur. Good day. Rare Breeds. Good to see you. Much love. Y'all give me 1 second. I will kind of chat for maybe, and you know, actually, I'm just going to screen share while I do this, and y'all can watch me do it while I'm trying to share the stream out. I'm not used to pulling the links and all from over here, so apologies for all of this. Wasn't quite ready for the way this is working out. But We'll get to it. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm still on. Y'all, I have no idea what I'm doing here. This is totally different from most of the stuff that I end up with. Oh, here we go. I can do it from here. Wow, I am so confused right now, guys. I apologize for that. They're constantly changing everything here, and I just can't keep up with it. But I will let y'all see me share it into Discord and the chat room. How about that? Discord. Open Discord. I have to open it in a browser. I can't open it in my thing anymore. Now I can't see the chat. I can't see anything. Wow, how about that? Well, this is our Discord. This is where I share. I'm going live in case YouTube don't get to you, in case DLive don't get to you with notifications. Wow, I have no idea what that is. We'll get there in a second and I'll get started, everybody. Uh-oh. This might not be good. Okay, I can do that. Man, golly, I'm just going to let y'all see it all. Whew. How about that? I just popped on and I just totally got completely lost there for a second. How about that? All right, and then there is the Discord, and y'all will see me share it into Discord. Live now, everyone. All right. I didn't change nothing that I should have changed. I was in the process of, but anyway, we'll get there. Y'all give me 1 second and we'll get started. Apologies once again. Okay. All right. Hey everybody, how are y'all doing? Welcome into the Fallout Shelter. I am so sorry, but I got it under control now. Well, I ain't gonna say I got it under control, but I got it now. Favorite part of videos when you forget what you were saying and don't know what happened. I need free entertainment. I'm glad I can be here for your entertainment. There's so much filling up my brain. That happens a lot, what I crave. Furious Cabbage, Jeff Saved by Christ, Burned Outrage. Good to see you guys. And now maybe we can get started, and what I crave, I can almost guarantee that at some point during this stream, I will forget what I was talking about because I ramble in an ADD way all the time. Get my water going, all that good stuff, and we shall get fired up. I got a lot of information to go, and I think I have most of the link. I've had trouble with links. I finally got them into the... they're just in the description. That seems to work best for me. I have trouble getting them into the comments. See, look, already forgetting what I'm trying to say. Free entertainment. Okay. I'm in a little better condition now than I was a minute ago. So, We're going to go to an old article to start with. I want to bring up to your attention just some FYI type stuff. Squirrel, what? Oh gosh, I can't scream squirrel. My dog's in here. Should be running. Screen sharing. Okay. Let's go back to 2008. You know, back when nanotechnology going into your body was, I don't know, a conspiracy theory. Well, in 2008 at MDPI.com, there's a paper here. It's the Nano-Robot Hardware Architecture for Medical Defense. And I'll just hit the abstract here a little bit. This work presents a new approach with details on the integrated platform and hardware architecture for nanorobots, application in epidemic control. 2008. Hey there, Tammy. Welcome to you from the central Mississippi. Good to see you from Texas. Or good to see you in Texas. In epidemic control, which should enable real-time in vivo prognosis of biohazard infection. Wonder exactly how much nanotechnology we have in our bodies now, from the stuff that's in the water, the stuff that's in the food, the stuff that's been sprayed on the food, and the stuff that's been sprayed in the air. The recent developments in the field of nanoelectronics, which transducers progressively shrinking down to smaller sizes through nanotechnology and carbon nanotubes. When did you first hear of carbon nanotubes? Was it in 2008 or was it closer to 2018? This paper with Sensors 2008, April 29th, 2008, published on May the 6th, 2008. Hey, Brother John Hart Crane, good to see you. Cheers right back, and always better, brother. The use of integrated systems, smart biosensors, and programmable nano devices are advancing nanoelectronics, enabling the progressive research and development of molecular machines. It should provide high precision, pervasive biomedical monitoring with real-time data transition. The use of nanobioelectrics as embedded systems is the natural pathways towards manufacturing methodology to achieve nanorobot applications out of laboratories sooner as possible. To demonstrate the practical application of medical nanorobotics, a 3D simulation based on clinical data addresses how to integrate communication with nanorobots using RFID, mobile phones, and satellites. How much have we heard about, I don't know, nanorobots, RFIDs, and the mobile phones and all that, tracking these new technologies and vaccines and the new satellites and Elon Starlinks and just covering up the sky, applied to long-distance ubiquitous surveillance and health monitoring for troops in conflict zones, or for you in your home when you can't leave. Therefore, the current model can also be used to prevent and save a population against against the case of some targeted epidemic disease. You know, a targeted disease like, I don't know, the media and government's lying to you that people are dying in so many numbers that they're piling up in the streets and they're having to store them in refrigerated trucks. You would think with the number of cell phones and cameras and all the, most people have 2 cell phones now. They're getting double radiated. You would think with all of that walking around that somebody somewhere would have got a picture of that. But no, what they get is a picture of a 135-pound woman, one-handed, carrying something in a body bag. Yeah, I don't know about y'all. I've had to help carry a dead body, and you don't carry it with one arm. And I was a 260-pound, fairly well-built male at the time. Not downing on women. We're all equal. We're just different. So, if that's the case, that's one 135-pound woman I would not want to mess with. Point being, this is not happening. This is being brought in for control. Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, and now Agenda 2050. I brought Agenda 2050 up to my D-Live group in like the middle of last year. And we were talking about it because they were talking about the population of China, what it would be in 2050. And I said, look out, here's the next agenda number. And there it was. So if you want to do more diving into this old article, I brought this up just because of everything we're going by now. And sometimes it helps to go back and realize just how long this stuff has been being done and how much we really didn't know back then. So with that being shared, I will do my best to find the next thing. Did I miss anybody coming in? Nope, looks like I got everybody. Weird time, I know, but it's the only time I could pop on today, and I'm trying to get in here to YouTube as much as I can. For those of y'all that don't know, try to stream every night on DLive. And go over this stuff nightly, and I do it there because, well, so far, I've never been hit on anything there. Lost Souls, live free or die. Hey, good to see you. Much love to you. Oh, yeah. You know what's cool, though, is, and I'm going to say this. I live in central Mississippi, and, you know, most everybody I talk to is like, they know it's a scam. They know it's going on, and they're easy to talk to about it. People here aren't wearing masks. Maybe 10%, maybe 15% if you really push it. I went to a high school football game Friday night, and maybe 10% of people wearing masks. Up to the concession stand, people working in there not wearing masks. You see somebody you know, you shake their hand, you talk to them. No social distancing, nobody spread apart in the bleachers. And it was just a really great outing. And, you know, sitting at that small town Mississippi high school football game, you'd think there wasn't a pandemic going on. Oh, how about that? Hey there, Believe. Good to see you. Much love. Hope you are doing well. Lurking and painting. Good for you. Good for you. Good to see you. Okay. I know I got something else. Like I say, this was really, y'all will love this then, because this is just like so scatteredly put together. It's crazy. Woke Believer, hey, welcome in. Oh yeah, and let me go ahead and preface this by saying, because sometimes I forget, nothing that we talk about here today is supposed to be fearful to us. I personally am a believer in the Father in heaven, and that my way through salvation came through his Son, that in John 16:33 said, I have overcome the world. And he did that so we could have life and have it more abundantly. We are supposed to be like the wise virgins and have the oil in our lamps. As much as being prepared with water and food and the way to take care of yourself, I also believe that knowledge is oil in your lamp. Knowledge helps you not to be deceived by the great deception that is coming. So, as angry as I get sometimes, as passionate as I get sometimes, none of it is meant for anger. None of it is meant for fear. Now, sometimes things scare us. I get scared. There are times you worry about things for your family. That's normal life. But we know we have somebody that we can call on. We have an answer. We have a way out. We have a way to have life and have it more abundantly. While we just know these things are going on, we go about our daily lives with the protection from the Father. Want to make sure I get that in there first. And you know what? I forgot to pray before I started this because it just popped on, so I'm going to start that way. Father, we thank you for this day that you've given us today, Lord. We thank you for everything that you do for us. I ask you to come to be with us, to dwell with us in this stream, to be with everybody here, to protect this stream, to protect this video when it's done, to get it to who needs to see it, so that we may do things great for the kingdom of heaven and do things great for you. I thank you for everything that you allow to happen here, and it's in your Son's precious name that I pray. Okay, I forgot to do that earlier. Got it in there. Like I said, when I hit that button a while ago on my software, usually I have to hit another button on YouTube to go live. When I hit it on the software, YouTube just popped on. Here we go. But now I think now we're back in the right order of things. I hadn't drank as much water as I usually drink before I start. But, hey. Okay. This is from the BBC. You're going to love this one. This came out on the 2nd of November. Algorithm spots COVID cough. An algorithm spots COVID cough. You know, the same algorithms that take your videos down from YouTube, the same algorithm. Because all an algorithm is, it's a number that's been programmed by a person, which I guess finally got smart enough to program itself. I don't know. But here's what I want to know. If humans, let me just read the story. In tests, it achieved a 98.5% success rate. Okay, a 98.5% success rate among people who had received an official positive coronavirus test. Of course it did. The same people are programming all of it. rising to 100% in those who had no other symptoms. The researchers would need regulatory approval to develop it into an app. They said the crucial difference in the sound of an asymptomatic COVID patient cough could not be heard by human ears. Okay, my question is if it can't be heard by human ears, what human ear heard it to set the algorithm to hear it? I'm just a simple guy. I don't understand these things. Somebody needs to explain that to me. And I would really like for a scientist that discovers science and doesn't create scientists, one of those real scientists, not one that tells me bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat's not life on Earth. One of them type scientists to explain this to me. The artificial intelligence algorithm was built, guess where? MIT. MIT scientist Brian Subarana, who co-authored the paper, said the way you produce sound changes when you have COVID, even if you're asymptomatic. Well, tell me something. Does that sound like a COVID cough to you? Because I would love to cough at your machine and then tell you, screw you on taking a COVID test. That is a smoker's cough and many, many years of probably smoking stuff I shouldn't have cough. You can take your COVID coughing application and ram it up where the sun don't shine there, buddy. That's all I got to say for you. Practical use cases could be for daily screening of students. The students who are wearing their temperature monitor and they got a COVID cough thing because, you're not going to have regular sick anymore. There will not be regular sick anymore. Oh, my goodness gracious. At schools, jobs, transports, reopen or for pool testing to quickly... everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. Oh, several organizations, including Cambridge University, Carnegie Mellon University, and UK health startup Novoik, have been working on simpler projects. Yeah, I do not consent to COVID cough algorithms on my cell phone either. No more than I can... I don't get involved in very many things on Twitter, but it appears that the last few days I have been a little sharper edged and a little more aggravated than normal. I tweeted a while ago back to Donald Trump, and because he was talking about all of his vaccines and how quick he did everything. I tagged Donald Trump and Joe Biden and said, I don't care which one of you end up in the office. I do not consent to your vaccines, and I will nicely tell you exactly where you can stick them. We do not consent. And I don't normally get involved like that, but I absolutely had to. Yes, and a lot of people don't know that the one that is being approved by Pfizer is actually the BioNTech vaccine, but they didn't have the money to produce enough of them for the world, so they partnered with Pfizer. That vaccine has to be given exactly 21 days apart, not 20 days, not 22 days. If it's not given 21 days apart, it is actually totally useless and not 90% effective. And it has to be kept at negative 70 to negative 80 degrees. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. And guess what Israelis found out? Or at least what they're going to blame it on. COVID is harming sperm. No, it's not. It's not real. Maybe what you're doing to us to try to protect us from COVID is going to harm our sperm. Like Bill Gates said, with the right reproductive health stuff, with the right vaccines. Oh, you mean with the right vaccines, you're going to change our reproductive health numbers. Reviewing studies worldwide, experts see a 50% drop in sperm's quantity and ability to move in patients who had moderate or severe coronavirus. And now here's what I find funny. We're not even saying SARS-CoV-2 anymore. We're not even saying novel coronavirus anymore. We're just saying, and let me read this to you exactly as it would go if we weren't in this type of situation. Reviewing studies worldwide, experts see a 50% drop in sperm's quantity and ability to move in patients who had moderate or serious colds. Hey there, Jay Hart. Hey, ya hooligans. Sharp Twisted BS, welcome in, much love. Joanne Matos, good to see you all, much love to you. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry, I got going and I really just forgot to look at the chat. And I have trouble seeing it anyway. My eyes are horrible. If I missed you guys, I love you all and I appreciate you all. I'm glad you're all here. Oh, let's go on down here. I ain't even got into the story yet. We're still up there at the top. Yep, children of men. There you go. They're trying to kill our fertility everywhere. After 2 children, I killed my own fertility. Ain't even gonna lie to you. I got 2. I've done my job. And that was really all I could handle. You know what I mean? But that's not the point. What about the youngsters that are coming up that one day may want to have children and can't have children? And the poisons in the water and the poisons in everything else have destroyed their ability at this. And they're being told that it's a sickness doing it, or they're told that it's a natural occurrence, when it's man doing these things in a deceptive way. Tammy, welcome. If I missed you. Much love to you. Okay, COVID-19 is harming the sperm of patients, even weeks after recovery. And we're going to find out it's also doing the same to their brain. Maybe being locked in their home is doing this damage. Maybe the stress is causing it. I don't know. Stress seems to be the worst thing on any part of your body. Does stress have a player on sperm? I don't know. I'm not a doctor or a scientist. Maybe something I'll look into. I bet there's a paper on it somewhere that nobody's digging up. But the point being, all of these medications, all of these vaccinations, all of the food that and it's always back to the same. The poisons in the food, the poisons in the water, the poisons in the air. Everything you do has an adverse effect on your body. Can I prove that each one of those things has an adverse thing on sperm? No. But we absolutely know that the elite running the world want to lower the population by controlling the birth rate. They've admitted that over and over and over. Hey guys, right now, by reading this stuff and thinking this way and using our minds and having opinions, we are beating the system. A paper full of sperm. That's funny, yeah. These men had a reduction of around 50% on average of the number of sperm per milliliter. Total volume of ejaculate and motility of sperm, he said. The figure reflects testing that was carried out around a month after diagnosis. Oh, and I'm not even talking about the effects that radiation has on sperm. And when we talk about radiation, we've got cell phones, we've got the 5G, the 4G, Wi-Fi, 2.5 gigahertz. We've got the 60 gigahertz that depletes the sugar in your cells and dehydrates your cells. We've got the clystroms that are in the omnidirectional multi-phased array antenna systems that are the new Dopplers. They're basically miniature harps. That's what you see, the gravity waves, or what we call frequency waves in the clouds. Every bit of that goes straight into your stuff. That's why they sell EMF-proof wonderwear and stuff now, and that's why it's expensive. It's infused with silver. Now, I have actually ordered my kids some of that. I want them to wear it, just in case. I think it's worth it. All right, look, you got to quit you jumping. You can sit right there or run around. Hey, everybody, I'm going to introduce y'all to, this one is Cloud. And Cloud won't be still during a stream for some reason. Microwave food, absolutely. All of this radiation, not good for us. If I don't keep moving forward, I'll be stuck again. The figure reflects testing that was carried out around a month after diagnosis. Aderka, a Tel Aviv University professor, said he is concerned that a minority of men who had COVID-19 could face fertility problems. What about men who didn't have COVID-19? Ooh, excuse me, that jumped out on me. What about the men who didn't have COVID-19? You know, the ones who went around and lived life like normal because there's nothing running down the road trying to sneak in our window to get us. You know, how about all the people around here that we talk to each other on a daily basis, shake hands in each other's face, and when somebody needs a hug, you give them a hug. None of us are dying. None of us are sick. Now, I can't tell you if they got strong sperm or not. I'm not going to test it. But the point being, this is more of the same. This is right here a story to predictively program you if you end up having a sperm problem, to probably tell you, well, you know you had COVID And there's just really nothing else we can do about it. Because the doctor can't tell you, hey, you might want to put your cell phone down, quit carrying it in your pocket. You might want to quit eating all that bad stuff. You know, you might want to turn your Wi-Fi off. You might want to hardwire your house, get rid of your wireless telephones. Hey there, love pugs. Good to see you. Much love. You know, your doctor's not going to tell you that, because let me tell you, there is one thing that doctors will absolutely never cure. One thing doctors will never cure. It's called a customer. Yeah, think about that. Oh, man, let's move on. So much to cover. Oh, let me go here first. These two go together. Y'all, if y'all have been in my streams, you've seen this, but I'm going to continue to harp. Yeah, I said harp 3 times on this because nobody else is picking it up. Oh, and I deleted it. Well, you know what that means? That means we go right here to history. Huh. I think it just disappeared. Oh, no, here it is. I moved it. There we go. Scientists found a possible new set of organs hidden deep in the human skull. Okay, hey, you know what? We're going to talk about the Rockefellers here in a few minutes, too. They have this nice little plan that y'all need to know about. Need to know. Got to know. And what was the old cartoon the boys used to watch? I think it was G.I. Joe, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Yeah, knowing is half the battle. Here we go. Scientists found a possible new set of organs hidden deep in the human skull. I've done a stream on this. I think I have a video on this. I think I've done all kind of stuff. So, doctors discovered a set of previously unknown salivary glands in the nasal cavity. I'll make this quick. 50 years of magnetic imaging, thousands of years of autopsies, and if you go all the way back to the beginning of time, Cain cracked Abel over the head with a rock. We have been splitting wigs since the beginning of humanity. I would think by now, if there was another set of glands in the head somewhere, we'd already know about it. And more research needs to be done before the glands are officially named as new organs. And you know, it's funny. These organs just happen to be right where they're sticking that swab. You know, jamming it up there, right up to your brain. And I wonder if that's a mutation from all this stuff. Yeah. Anyway, what we got going on here, I think might interact with this right here. COVID's cognitive costs. Some patients' brains may age 10 years. Let's see what they got to say. People recovering from COVID-19 may suffer significant brain function impacts. That's because you tested them with a swab jabbed in their brain. You know, if I jab something through your nose to your brain or through your ear to your brain, I bet you suffer from significant brain function impact as well. With the worst cases of the infection linked to mental decline equivalent to the brain aging by 10 years. Well, I don't know what kind of years it would take off of your life if I jabbed a swab into the bottom of your brain or the side of your brain, but I will guarantee you that it would take some knowledge and some wisdom and probably just make you a vegetable or kill you. A non-peer-reviewed study of more than 84,000 people led by Adam Hampshire, a doctor at Imperial College London, that sounds like a guy that I'm going to trust, found that in some severe cases, coronavirus infection is not SARS-CoV-2, not COVID, coronavirus. In some severe cases, the cold is linked to substantial cognitive deficits for months. Or maybe it's trying to regain your consciousness after we stab your brain with a swab that's got some chemical on the end of it, trying to figure out what we've created in the back of your nostril cavity. Our analysis aligned with the view that there are chronic cognitive consequences of having COVID-19. I think there's more of a view that there are chronic cognitive consequences of being tested for COVID-19. The researchers wrote in a report of their findings, people who had recovered, including those no longer reporting symptoms, exhibited significant cognitive deficits. Okay, let's go through the whole thing of things. I know I'm sheltered here. I've never locked down in my home. I've been able to travel every day of this whatever, all the way back to March the 13th. Whether it was to go visit my dad, work at his shop, do whatever. Now my work changed because they shut me down. I worked around old people in a assisted living facility. But I picked up work elsewhere, and at no point in time did I ever have to say I was this or that. I'm sheltered. I'm in the countries. But I realize after watching what's going on in the rest of the country that it's not the same. Okay, and I realize we've had some people that we've watched leave where they were at, and I'm so happy for them and proud for them to get out of the areas they were in. That shows me somebody that's really trying to get out and do things and get away from it. I commend that. Okay, but now you've got this test, number one. We jab this to the back of your brain. Then we send you home and tell you can't go anywhere. Then we say, hey, your job's closed. If you need food, go to Burger King or Walmart because, well, they're open. They're okay. They're owned by big corporations. If you work for a mom or pop or if you're a government employee, we can find a way to get rid of you. We can find a way to get you out of here. Hey there, OU812. Good to see you today. Much love to you. So we got all that going on. And we got people stuck in their homes with depression and stress and anxiety of losing their jobs and everything else that they've got going on. And then we stick a swab to the back of their head, and then we wonder why people aren't got the same cognition. Well, it's because you are creating a cognitive dissonance, number one, with the news. You're creating hatred. You're creating fear. And once you do this to a person, they're not going to have the same type of focus on things. Those are all my opinions on that. But I'll bet I'm pretty close to right, just based on the common sense aspect of it. Eat your gulag soup. Oh no, go eat your Impossible Whopper full of progesterone. Have it delivered with Grubhub and pay double while you're spending your savings at home to pay your bills. You know, and as soon as that saving is gone and we've got you just coming back out of the house and ready to get back into a little bit of normal life, bam, lockdown number 2, and oh my gosh, it's worse than ever, and now we've got the body stacking up so much that I don't know what we're going to do. It's just not going to be able to save the world. All the while, we're standing out here going, what? I don't know anybody dying. I don't even know anybody sick. Heck, I don't even know anybody that'll act sick right now. If they are sick, they like kind of cough a little bit, you know, and they won't let it be heard. Oh, heck no. If you got anything, you got COVID. If you got a fever, you got COVID. There is nothing like regular sick anymore. You know what I mean? You can't wake up and go, boy, I don't feel good today. Oh, well, I got to go to work anyway. Off to work. No, you wake up and go, oh, golly, I got to shut the door. Can't nobody see this. They'll be trying to ram a stick up my nose. Hey, Boomer Bear, good to see you. Much love. Yeah, they've been pounding that fast food heavy this year. Yeah, they advertising it and Grubhubbing it and all that type of stuff. Whew. Hey there, Marcus and Angie. Good to see you guys. Much love. Oh, cognitive tests measure how well the brain performs tasks, such as remembering words or joining. Maybe they're making people stupid on purpose with that swab. That way the smart ones that do take the test, they can get rid of them too. Such as remembering words or joining dots on a puzzle. I don't know. You know, if I stuck anything up my nose, whether it was recreationally or, you know, as a kid, I happened to mess something up. I didn't think right for a while. My eyes would water. I don't think I could have joined dots on a puzzle. Heck, I can't remember words now. Such tests are widely used to assess brain performance in diseases like Alzheimer's and can also help doctors assess temporary brain impairments. But you get the point. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I can't. I can't get through much of them. I end up just... Hey there, what's up? Oh, my goodness gracious. Good to see all you guys today. I really like getting on here during the day when I can. And for those of y'all that were here at the start, boy, that was rough. Oh, let's see. So we've done the algorithm. We've done the sperm thing. We've done the possible new set. Okay. I'm sure all of you by now have heard about this thing called the Songbird trailer and everything that goes along with it. Okay, I don't know what this next story has to do with anything, but here we go. This is just for your information. This came out about the same time or around the same time that Songbird trailer came out. And now I'm not a gematria student, and I don't really, and I've told my D-Live group a lot of times, I need to learn more, but where's the time going to come from? Scientists have found a rare half male, half female songbird. Okay. Scientists have found a rare half male, half female songbird. Now, I can't help but think that the Baphomet gives off male and female tendencies, right? And I can't help but notice this story came out at 11, and if you add 7 and 4, you have an 11-11. And I'm, like I say, I'm not a gematria student, but I know that's how that works. And if you added them together, you got 22. Now, look down here. You got a 22 and another 22. So there's 22s and 11s everywhere. If you got 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, you add the... I don't know. I don't know what it means, but there sure is an awful lot of 11s, 11s, 22s going on up there. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about a half male, half female, rose-breasted grosbeak is known as a... Yeah, gynandromorph? Yeah, it's a gynandromorph. So we have a gynandromorph songbird at the same time the songbird thing comes out. That's just a freaky, freaky coincidence. All right, now let's get into Tiberius. I don't know how many of you know who Tiberius was, or if you remember who Tiberius was. But let's, oh my goodness. I'm not sure that I have this, I'm not sure I have this in the, description. I'll have to get it in there later, maybe. Y'all give me a second. This one is, I don't know if I just wasn't planning on talking. I named it Tiberius. I don't know. Hold on a second. Stand by. Okay, I wanted to start here. Okay. I wanted to start here. Y'all can think about Palantir and Tiberius. Yes. Palantir and Tiberius. And we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to share these through with y'all, and I'll try to make this quick. These are your laws and where you can find them about locking down and taking you away. And this is the Rockefeller Foundation COVID-19 National Testing and Tracing Action Plan. America faces an impending disaster. Yes, a very impending disaster. The world is hooked on mainstream news and is going straight down to hell with every word they point them with. The extraordinary scale of the COVID-19 crisis is evident in the growing deaths and economic losses the pandemic has wrought in every state, brought on by governments. Not a sickness, but by governments. You know, the ones that rule the mind. Gubermentus? Yeah. Devastated minority and low-income families bore the brunt of those costs. As the virus tore across the country through the television set, it exposed the structural inequities that have underpinned and undermined our economy for decades, called the fear that's been inflicted upon the people by the American government to believe them and to be able to bow down to them at any point in time. And it will only worsen during fall's cold and flu season. Prediction or promise? I believe it's a promise. Because the media can make it be however they want. Anyway, this is their contact tracing plan. And, well, I mean, we've talked about contact tracing a lot, so I'm not going to get into this whole thing right here. But it goes into talking about pool testing and all type of stuff. I did put this link down there for you guys that end up, look, you like to look this stuff up on your own. It's a fairly long document. You can download the full report. Maybe once I've had a chance to actually sit down and read the whole thing, I would find something crazy in it. But I wanted to share this here with you before I bumped into these laws right here and get these out of the way. Okay, this is from law.com. Once again, all of these links are in the description. And this is just a quick overview of what the laws are that could be coming and what I think you need to know. Do not be fearful. Do not be scared. our Father told us that these things would be coming, to rejoice at that time. The kingdom of heaven's at hand. Well, you know what? If we pray, we'll have the strength to stand up against it. And if we come together, we've only got to have enough numbers to come against 1 or 2%. How is it that 99% of the world is being controlled by one? Fear. The same way sheep are controlled by a sheepdog. Fear. Do what you want to do. This one is short anyway. The State Bar, law.com, the New York Law Journal. The State Bar in New York passes a mandatory vaccination recommendation. This is the beginning. Hey, Tetragrammatron, good to see you. If I missed anybody, Calamity Rain, good to see you. Dupsy Daisy, welcome in. Good to see all you guys. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. I'm looking back a little bit to see right now, but sometimes when I scroll the chat, my eyes jump. It's like if I'm ever modding anybody's chat and it moves fast enough, I just quit. I'm not really a mod. It's a thank you for making me blue. I can't do anything when they start moving quick. The resolution does contain conditions limiting its scope. Those include that the state government should only consider making vaccinations mandatory if voluntary COVID-19 vaccinations fall short. So what it says is, if enough people won't take it, make them take it. That's an assessment of the health threat to various communities. And all it says is the New York State Bar Association on Saturday passed a resolution urging the state to consider making it mandatory for all New Yorkers to undergo COVID-19 vaccination when a vaccine becomes available, even if people object to it for religious, philosophical, or personal reasons. I got one for you here in Mississippi. You can stick that needle in my body when it's dead cold and laying on the ground. How about that? You can go and give me that lead shot. I'm not taking that one. So we went and checked out the New York State Assembly bill to see what we got going on. And it says, I'll read you section 1 and 2. The public health law is amended by adding a new section, 2120A, to read as follows. A. Removal and detention of cases, contacts, and carriers who are or may be a danger to public health. Other orders. The provisions of this section shall be utilized in the event that the governor declares a state of health emergency due to an epidemic of any communicable disease. Upon determining by clear and convincing evidence that the health of others is or may be endangered by a case, contact, or carrier, or suspected case, contact, or carrier of a contagious disease, that in the opinion of the governor, not in the opinion of a doctor, not in the opinion of medical personnel, in the opinion of the governor, after consulting with not a doctor, not a scientist, but the commissioner, may pose an imminent and significant threat to the public health resulting in severe morbidity or high mortality, the governor or his or her delegee, including but not limited to the commissioner or the heads of local health departments, may order the removal and or detention of such a person or of a group of such persons by issuing a single order identifying such persons either by a name or by a reasonably specific description of the individuals, saying that they need some re-education and some... Oh, wait a minute. Not that... You get what I'm going there. Re-education. We got to go lock you up for a few days so that you understand just how real this COVID-19 thing is. And then we'll decide when you can be let out. Now, if you're in New York, please get out of New York. But who has the authority to enforce this? Who has the authority to enforce isolation and quarantine because of a communicable disease? Well, let's see. The federal government derives its authority for isolation and quarantine from the Commerce Clause, weird, of the U.S. Constitution. Under Section 361 of the Public Health Service Act, the 42 U.S. Code 264, the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services is authorized to take measures to prevent the entry and spread of communicable diseases from foreign countries into the United States and between. Now, the authority for carrying out these functions on a daily basis has been delegated to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Sorry about that. I just can't help but say that when it comes through. This authority is given to a private company. A private company has the authority to make decisions to quarantine and isolate you under the Commerce Clause for the federal government. Don't that make you feel so good that they're taking such good care of you and they care so much about your safety? Oh, it's so good to live in America where the United States government will just do whatever. You know, they will use the military to send out vaccines to help us out. Oh my goodness gracious. It's just such a great time to be alive. You know, I never would have thought I would have lived under a government that cares so much for me. Just so in case you don't know, the link is below for United States Code 42 USC 264. And it has about apprehension and examination of persons reasonably believed to be infected. You know, all of this, people go, oh, they don't got the right to take me. No, they don't have the right to take me, but they're well within the law to take you. Like I said, I ain't going. They can jab me in my cold, dead body. I'll go and take that lead one, get it out of the way. Ain't happening. The same people who want you to believe that it's your body, your right to kill a baby, are the same people that'll tell you, oh, this shot's mandatory. You don't have the right over your body. You know, the same scientists that tell you bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth. Those guys. Those are the guys that are in control of this. It is a complete twist of your brain. Quit paying attention to it. Please, if you're watching television, if you're watching mainstream media, turn it off. It's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. Okay. Now to this new little thing, and we will call it a day. Palantir reveals the Tiberius system. And for those of y'all that don't know who Tiberius is, I'll tell y'all in just a minute. Okay? Data analytics company Palantir is helping to develop a system that will assist U.S. local authorities in prioritizing and allocating COVID-19 vaccines. The Wall Street Journal first reported on Tiberius. The system that the journal revealed will analyze demographic, employment, and public health data. Will analyze demographic, employment, and public health data. Why does the demographic and employment have anything to do with who gets a vaccine? Public health should be the only reason if it's real. I don't have a subscription, so I'm not going to log in or read the rest of that article. I don't need to for what I'm fixing to tell you. Let's talk about Tiberius. Hold on. I don't think I have this link right here in the description yet. I will have to add it later. This come up afterwards. So there is that link. It's in the chat. At least it won't get lost. Let me tell y'all who Tiberius was. Do you remember Pontius Pilate? Y'all remember a guy named Pontius Pilate? Yeah, he's kind of famous. He's been pretty famous, you know, ever since the crucifixion of Christ. Pontius Pilate, Latin in full, Marcus Pontius Pilatus, Roman prefect, governor of Judea, under the emperor Tiberius, who presided at the trial of Jesus and gave the order for his crucifixion. Remember, it was all turned over, and they could decide who to let go. Pilate washed his hands of it, and Tiberius was the emperor. He would have been the one that made the final decision. So the final emperor who gave the order for the crucifixion of Christ is the name that they just happened to give this data analytics system that will be prioritizing and allocating the COVID-19 vaccines. Yep, he was a Roman emperor that sat during the crucifixion of Christ. And I will get that link in the chat just in case I have trouble with it in a little while. If you go back, it says Pilate washed his hands because his wife come to him and was grieved about the man. I would have to study the Bible part of it a little more. I don't really know right offhand. That's just a lighting company that I'm doing some research on. And oh, this is some Agenda 21 thing right here. I'll hit this real quick before we have our prayer and go out. This is from the World Economic Forum. Hit y'all with a little Agenda 21 thing before we hit the road. Wow, that almost didn't fit. The number of permanent remote workers is set to double in 2021, meaning you will now be locked in your home to do your job. The number of employees permanently working remotely globally is set to double in 2021, according to a new survey by a U.S. technology research firm. According to their results, the percentage of permanent remote workers will rise from 16.4 to 34.4. This would have ramifications in areas from retail to real estate. Agenda 21, people. Agenda 21, telling you what you can and cannot do, how you can and cannot do it. And you know what? I don't know, but I think that's about it. I think I'm kind of caught up. And I think now we can take prayer requests and we can have our ending prayer. And then I can get back to work. Hey, Jay Baylor, good to see you. If I missed anybody coming in, there's a dog named Boo. I don't remember saying hello to you. Welcome in. Much love to you. What's my D-Live channel? Okay, it is. It's in the description. It's in the description. It's dlive.tv/Fallout Shelter. Big Bear, good to see you. Much love. If I missed anybody, I'm really glad you guys are here. Indigo, a saved sinner, welcome in. Good to see all you guys. Thank you, John Hart. Well, you know, we're going to start the prayer, and if anybody has anything that they would like to add to it, just add it in. We know the Father sees all requests, and this is the most important thing we do. No matter what the information we've seen, no matter what we hear, remember, it's only for us to have our eyes open to avoid the great deception. It's not to fear. It's not to be scared. It's not to try to shock people into anything. It's simply knowledge, and I just happen to have a passion about it when I bring it. I can't apologize for that. I am who I am. I'm that way all the time. Outside of this, in real life, I was this way in a convenience store earlier. I feel passionately about trying to help people see what's really going on. I love my brother. I believe I am my brother's keeper, even when my brother don't want me to be. And I try not to tell my brother, oh, and I'm not this type of brother's keeper. You're going to go to hell because you drink too much. That's not the kind of keeper I am. I'm the kind of keeper going, hey, man, we don't need to lose our life. We don't need to lose our life because we're just not paying attention to what's going on. We're supposed to have life and have life more abundantly. However it ends, I don't know. But we're supposed to have it right up to that point. And I plan on having it that way. So when I come to you with these things, remember, at the end of these streams, we're always going to the Father in prayer. We're always going, and we're going to ask for that full armor, and we're going to ask for that protection. And God is going to be with us, and the Holy Spirit dwells with us in these streams. I know that. I can feel it, or else I couldn't do it. So, here we go. Father, I thank you for another time that we could come together and have great fellowship, hear some good information, pass it along in a way where maybe we're not hearing it in a manner that tells us to run for our lives, but otherwise run for it. Father, I pray that you'll give us that strength every day. I pray that you send the Holy Spirit to be with us, to give us the full armor daily, to give us the strength to pick those darts up and throw them back at the devil. Father, I pray that you be with each individual that's listening right now, and each individual that listens to this later. Whatever they're going through, whatever they need in their life, Father, I pray that you'll be there for them, be their partner, be their comfort. Grab them and give them a big Holy Spirit hug, Father. There's nothing that can make someone feel better. Let people know that when they look back at the footprints that you carry in us, just let everybody know, Father, and let them feel it, that you have overcome the world. Help people to let go of the things of this world that bind their soul to it. Help people to remember that we're not humans, or we're not spirits we're not humans having a spiritual existence, that we are spirits having a short human existence, and not to get caught up in it and to lose the rest of eternity for being tied to this earth. Father, I pray that just through our actions in some way that somebody will see it, and that we can be ambassadors and bring things great to the kingdom of heaven, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. I thank you for your Son that came, preached the gospel, spread the word, loved everyone, told us to love you, love our neighbor, and love ourselves. Was beaten so that we could ask for healing, died on that cross, fought Satan, and was resurrected so we could be saved without having to go through an untrustworthy man. I appreciate that, Father, because we do not, any of us, deserve it. And it's in your Son's precious name that I thank you and ask you for all these things. All right, guys. Oh, well. Hey there, Christy. Good to see you. I'm working on a deal, and I hope to be able to be here more often, Chrissy, and maybe that won't happen. We'll have different times and hopefully get a set time. I'm even thinking about trying to work it so maybe I even alternate days sometimes. I start going through. I've started streaming at D Live. I try to starting at D Live about 8 o'clock p.m. Central, and because I have to get up and go to work, and the nighttime was really starting to kill me. I was starting to get burnt out with all the research. It does take a lot of time to find the information, and even though I feel like it's put right in front of me, I go over a ton that I never get to talk about. But I'm going to tell you guys the same thing that I tell the guys at D Live. I have seen multiple really vile chats on D Live and on YouTube. And I think that these prayers, I think that asking the Father to protect these, I think that asking the Father to dwell with us during these is exactly what protects it. And without you guys here helping back me up, I don't know that I would have the strength to have ever started doing this. The hardest thing I ever done in my life, and I've done time in big boy jail, you know what I'm saying? The hardest thing I ever done in my life was the first time I said a public prayer on a stream. And now it's really the only reason I come on. When I started this, I had no idea what I was doing, why I was doing it. But it's amazing to me that I can look up at the chats, and they are very few and far between, that everybody in there is not just, they're loving, they're and there's no way everybody in my chats all agree on everything. There's no way. But they do here. And I thank you guys, because you are my strength and my support in doing this. We are a group. It's not a one-person effort. It's not me. It's not one person. It's all of us as a combined. And I'm very thankful for each and every one of you, because I'm telling y'all, I really for a long time was sick and twisted and my stomach turned every time I thought about coming to YouTube. But the group that shows up at YouTube kind of does the same thing for me that DLive does. And lets me know that I need to be here too. Regardless of what's going on, regardless of how they censor some people, regardless of how they do to others. I've just got to ride this thing till the wheels fall off for the kingdom of heaven and follow my plan. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. I respect you guys. And I love each and every one of you guys. And I mean that. I never thought I would have said that to a social media group. Really. 2 years ago, I was absolutely not. This was the de-evolution of humanity, in my opinion. And I still see that in some chats. Y'all have no idea how much I really appreciate you guys. Y'all are awesome. So, with that being said, I'm trying my best to get in here more and more every day that I can. Now, something I would like to share with y'all, because she is in here, and I'd like to share this on Saturday nights. Now, this is where I lose a lot of people. I like activism music. I don't care if it's good rap music. I don't care if it's heavy metal music. Now, I'm not talking about sex, drugs, rock and roll, and big booties bouncing everywhere and doing drugs. I'm talking about the people that used to talk about the wars and fighting against the systems and things like that. On Saturday nights and Friday nights, we play what I consider to be some decent music, and we try to have a good time and get all of this out of our mind. I call it the Friday or Saturday night truth or hangout, whichever night I can get to it. Well, Jay Vela came in, and she started hanging out in the Truth or Hangout, and she sent me some artwork for it, and I couldn't help but put it up. And I don't know exactly what I've done to make it so big, but anyway, there we go. And so I like to share this because I really like the pencil doodling and all that. I think that is the coolest picture. It shows everything we got going on. You know, we got the horsemen of the apocalypse. We got the gas masks wearer. We got the phoenix rising. We got the angels. I have a picture of a fallout shelter behind a tree, and I absolutely love this. And so I've shared it on DLive, and I'm a brother. Okay. Brother in Christ. Brother in Christ. I don't know why I said that then. Anyway, brother in Christ, and shared this. So, hey, Ryan, good to see you, man. Much love. Out there working. I bet you're taking some good pictures as well. Y'all, Ryan takes some beautiful pictures. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. So anyway. Well, now what happened is somebody in the chat at DLive called you sister last time, and I don't think I caught you telling them that, and I thought they were just right and knew you. So, I have another brother. I think I might have seen the conversation you're talking about, and I just didn't catch it all. That's how that happens to me. Not the first time that's happened to me. Yeah, that's the Fallout Hangout right there, guys. Well, I have... It's about time for me to go back to work, actually. So, I'm glad I got in here. I'm glad I got to chat with you guys. And, you know, I love each and every one of you. Jennifer, Furious, Jay, Chrissy, Love Pugs, Rare Breeds, Ryan, Jay Vela, and Jay Hart. Chrissy, my COVID acting up, y'all. Richard. Boomer Bear. It's slow for me. Believe, a dog named Boo. Acute 33. Much love from the States back to the UK. Thank you for your support. Big Bear. Good to see you, Big Bear. Ain't seen you in a while. Indigo. I know I'm probably repeating now because I've already forgotten the names I called out. Remember? We talked about at the beginning about forgetting. Yeah. Calamity Rain. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And I will be hopefully I'll catch y'all all more often. Be watching for the notifications because I'm losing subscribers here at YouTube on a daily basis. Between midnight last night and this morning, I lost 12. And I just don't believe that people woke up in the middle of the night and said, you know what? I think I'm going to unsubscribe to Fallout. And you know what? I get it. I can't watch me. There's no way in the world if I come across me, I'd go, hey, I got to check this guy out. I'd be like, what is this? So I am. I'm being honest with you. But I don't think in the middle of the night people woke up because, like, I had 7 views from midnight to this morning and I lost 12 subscribers. That means at least 5 would have had to just unsubscribe without watching anything. No, YouTube found a way to hit us small channels. In the last few days, I went from like 2,400 and something subscribers back down to, well, I'll tell you real quick. I can look. 2,366. So even with the people that have subscribed that I've got emails over the last few days, I've lost right at 34 since like last Friday. And it happens daily, so not that I care. I'm just kind of letting people know what's going on. The main thing I use Twitter for now is I'm responding to Bill Gates and the president more. I'm responding to the World Economic Forum, telling them how much they suck. Hey, if y'all aren't subscribed to Ryan in North Carolina, go check him out, y'all. Beautiful, beautiful stuff he takes pictures of, too. Oh, and he goes out in the streets. He's out there in North Carolina where they have had some riots and stuff. Go check him out. You know, I'd go take a camera out in the streets and look for some riots here in Mississippi, but I mean, there's nothing happening. Everybody look at me like, what are you doing? You know, all of my black brothers and sisters are still hand in hand with their white brothers and sisters here. You know, we've always had to be that way. Anyway. It's all good anyway. So all I'm saying is Discord and Twitter are great for notifications. And Discord's awesome if you don't want to be involved. You can still see most of the links get shared in there. I'm trying to start that again, and you don't have to converse, but it's also a good notification system. And as much as I kind of hate Twitter, it's a good notification system as well. So, all right. Well, normally I would play some music, give away some lemons, and hit the outro, but instead I'm just going to hit the outro. So remember, we couldn't file a 10, so we made it 1. Love God, love your neighbor, and love yourself. Everything else will fall right in line. God bless you. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.